Hi guys, it's Nancy, and in the spirit of spring, today is the first day of spring, and thank goodness it is here. I am filming this video because I have some friends coming over this weekend. We're going to do a card swap, so I thought, you know what, let's make some beautiful spring cards, and I immediately thought about this butterfly paper that I got from the Stampin' Up! Sale-a-bration. If you have not taken part in Sale-a-bration, it's still going on. I will link my Stampin' Up! Site down below. And if you spend $50 of Stampin' Up! Products, then you get a free Sale-a-bration item. They just added some new items. There are some items that are discontinued and backordered. I am sorry for that, but there's some cool stuff in there. So the set that I think I'll be using is, I am using this Botanical Butterflies Designer Series paper, and it's two-sided, so you can see here this one's a nice light blue with some colorful flowers, and then on the back side it's this black and white checkered. We have this black and white garden design that you can color in, and some smaller butterflies on the back side. And then this one has like an ombre background, striped. So I think it's black and white on all the other back sides. This one has a nice greenery. And this one is black and white polka dots with these colorful butterflies. And then the last one is black and white butterflies on one side. And then a nice light purple garden design. So very pretty papers. This is part of the Sale-a-bration free item. I think it's still available. I'll have to double check for you. What's nice about the designer series papers is they do tell you on the packaging what color inks go with this. So we have Balmy Blue, which is a nice light blue. Basic Black. Daffodil Delight, which is a golden sunshine yellow. Grapefruit Grove, which is a peachy kind of pink. Highland Heather, which is a nice purple, and Lemon Lime Twist, which is a very limey green. So I have those ink pads out, and what I've done to try to save some time in prep work here is I am using some very vanilla thick cardstock. So I've made my card bases out of very vanilla thick cardstock. This is item number 144237. And then I've cut out some bases out of regular very vanilla Stampin' Up! Cardstock, which is 5 1/4 by 4. No, a little smaller than that. Yes. No, I did not. Nope. I cut out little 2.5-inch squares out of the regular cardstock. That's what I did. And so here are my card bases. I have 6 card bases made up. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I have kind of a rough sketch in my head. And then I have these coordinating cardstock colors. So this is the Balmy Blue, Highland Heather, Grapefruit Grove, Daffodil Delight. I have 2 of those. And then I didn't have Lemon Lime Twist, but this is pretty close. This is the Granny Apple Green. So it's bright, it's green. And then I cut out 6 pieces of the designer series papers, 1/4 smaller. So these are cut to 5 1/4 by 4. And these are a little smaller. So these are 5 by 3 3/4. So I have the checkered with the colorful butterflies, the black and white butterflies with the yellow butterflies, the ombre butterflies, and the black and white stripes. And then I also cut out some of the butterflies from the designer series paper. So I cut out 6 of the butterflies, and then I have the little 2.5-inch squares, and then the stamp set I have is the Beauty Abounds stamp set. Now, I haven't opened this yet, so let me show you guys how to prep these new sticky stamps. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to peel off your backing. Okay, now this is not sticky, okay? So you can decide to leave the stickers off if you want to make it cling mount, which most of us have done because the cling mount stickers used to not be so clingy, so we would never use them. The new cling mount stickers are super sticky. So how do you know if you have the new cling mount stickers? The easiest way to tell is if you have the new packaging, which is black and white. It's probably gonna have the new super sticky cling mount stickers. So you want to peel all this off. Now, you don't have to put the stickers on there. I'm not very good with putting the stickers on straight, so I don't normally do that. I just take this paper adhesive or this paper liner off and throw it away. Now, I always say keep your outer shell, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. All right, and then when they manufacture these stamps and they cut through them, they don't cut all the way through. So you want to carefully remove the stamps from that, what I call the outer shell, okay? And you can store it in your box. So you want to carefully just pull those apart, and now you know, okay, the stamp goes in there. So the reason I say to keep this outer shell is because if you do any kind of stamp sharing, like I do when I have people come over and I'm doing anything, you know, when you pull all these stamps out and you go to put them away, sometimes these stamps run away, they get legs, they walk off, they stick to other things, and then we're like, I'm missing a stamp. Which stamp am I missing? So the best way to keep an inventory of them is to keep them in the little storage thing here. So I know that if I put my stamps away at the end of the day, after cleaning them, when we are done playing with them, let's puzzle piece them back in there. Especially if you're somebody who takes your stuff to crops, or if you're going on vacation and you're toting things along, or like I said, if you have friends coming over to stamp with you. We have all had stamps that stick to the bottom of our Misties, that stick to stamping blocks. They just they get stuck all over things, and it's not until you go to clean up your hurricane desk that you find out, uh-oh, I'm missing one. So if I put them all away, and now one goes missing, I know one went missing. I'm not counting. I just know it's missing. I know it's shaped similar to that. So when I go to put away, up there it is, stuck to the outside of my block, or stuck to the outside of another case. I know that that's what I'm missing, okay? So that's my tip for you. Now, to put these stickers on, it's actually not very hard. Now that we have those all apart, we're going to take them back out again, and we're going to flip it over. I will warn you, these new cling stickers are super sticky. Once they are down, they are down. You are not getting them off the block. Do not try to rip them back off. If it's crooked, leave it on there crooked and cut the excess off, because they are super, super sticky. All right, so I'm just going to start with this biggest one. So on the backing paper, there's two sides. This side that you can see the design on, and this side which has the wax paper. You want to pull from the wax paper. There is a little like slit. Okay, so pull that off, and now the adhesive is exposed. You do not want to touch that. The easiest way I found to do this is to find the coordinating stamp, line up my stamp, because I can see the design now. And I'm going to line my stamp up following the outline border of the sticker. So I'm just looking at the sticker and putting my stamp down. And now when I lift it, it's got that super, super tack on there now. So it is definitely not coming off the block anymore like the old ones do. All right. And can actually put this back in here now. So now I can store this back in here. And like I said, it is not going to fall out. It is stuck in there. So let's just do another one. Oh, did I pull that off the wrong side? No, I did it right. Is that the wrong sticker? I think I did pull it off the wrong side. Oopsie. Okay, don't listen to me on the second one. I think that one was printed wrong. I don't know. That one was an odd one. Okay, so again, we are going to line up the outline of the sticker paper with the outline of our foam on the stamp. And then stick it down. I think that one's a little crooked. Oh, not too bad. So any kind of excess you have hanging off the edge, just take your scissors and trim that back. And so on and so forth. So I'm not going to go through and stick all the labels on all of these. If that's what you like to do, then you go ahead and do that. If you are not a person that likes to do labels, what I normally do is take my labels and slide them into the back of the inside of the jacket there and just hold on to them. That way if you ever resell them, they're there. Okay. Okay, so let's get to making these cards. I also have the Butterfly Beauty Thinlits. I love these. They are number 148536. You get 2 sets of Thinlits in here. So you get, on this one, a swirl. You get this large die, which all of the butterflies can be cut individually, so don't be intimidated because it is a large die. You don't have to use it just as a large die. You get several small ones. You get the outlines, and again, some more small ones. And then on this side, it's the same thing, and you can use these together. So this would be like the more detailed outline. Maybe I'll cut one out so you guys can see. And then the other one would just be layered on top of it. So really cool. And then again, some more smaller ones. There is another stamp set I didn't get. But I will link that down below if you want to look at that. I like this one because I really wanted the sentiments more so than the butterflies, because I felt like I have a lot of butterfly stamps from Stampin' Up, and I also have the Thinlits, and I also have the designer series paper. So we'll see what we're going to use here. The other thing I have, which is no longer available, I'm sorry, is the Sale-a-bration ribbon. This is the organdy ribbon, and this comes in the same 5 colors. So you have the Grapefruit Grove, the Daffodil, Lemon Lime Twist. Actually, I think this might be Granny Apple. I'll have to look at that. Highland Heather, Balmy Blue. Yeah, it doesn't say what the colors are. I think that's Granny Apple Green, though. Okay, so we have those as well. So let's stop talking and start putting the cards together, Nance. Oh my gosh, we're 13 minutes into it. All right, so if you want to do something pretty simple, let me get my stamp pad here. Hold on. I want a little bit of give with our stamping. And this one. This one says, our friendship isn't one big thing. And you can see it sticks fine with or without the stickers. And I want to stamp out the greeting real quick. I think I'll start with Highland Heather. I'm such an 80s girl that every time I say that, I think about that movie, Heathers. Wasn't that with Winona Ryder? I'm just going to kind of stamp that in the middle. Oh, I don't like it. I'm going to flip it over and do it again. All right, that's better. Our friendship isn't one big thing. And then we can stamp the sentiment on the inside. So the easiest way I think we could do a simple card is you take your glue and we'll grab one of these backgrounds. Layer that over it. And I just put the glue down the spine of the butterfly so that it pops up a little bit. And then I think I want to tie a little ribbon off here. So somewhere I have my little bow maker. I don't know, do we need bow? Maybe I should have put that under. Let's see. Can I get this up without ripping it? See, this is the fun of crafting, is we do daring things like this, which maybe aren't so smart. Here's the good news. I cut out plenty of little 2.5 by 2.5 blocks in case I messed them up for reasons like this. All right. Shh, nobody tell. All right, we're going to take that off. I want this little strip of ribbon to just go around. I'm not going to cut a bow. I just want a little accent. So it's too late to lift this one up because I've already glued down the panel, but what you would probably do is glue that down before you glue down your panel. I'm just going to put tape on the inside here. I mean, you could straighten it out, but I'm not going to do that. All right. Now, let's try to make that straight, Nance. Let's stamp this out again. Go. All right, now we're going to glue this one down. Covering up our previous mistake. And putting some more glue on our little butterfly. And voila. I'll probably put some sequins or something on there later. So there's our first card. Pretty easily done. Something quick and simple, right? So now let's say you want to jazz it up a little bit, right? Now, if you were mass producing these, I would probably, well, I know I would do it as simple as possible because you don't want to go into too many details when you're making too many cards because then you get tired and you run out of mojo, right? So I'm only having to make 5 of them. So I want to jazz them up a little bit. So let's try something a little different here. And get my cutter out here. So for this one, This one has a really cool design on both sides. So I think I want to cut this one. I'm going to cut it diagonally. So I'm going to cut it from one end to the other diagonally. And you guys have seen me do this before on the birthday cards I made. I thought it was a really cool look. And I have another piece of paper which matches. So we're going to cut this one diagonally as well, but on the other side. Let's do the 2 yellows. Yeah, we'll do the 2 yellows. And let's add some ribbon. Yeah, we could pop that up in the middle. That's going to look cute. Okay, so I'm going to glue the panels down. And because the panels are 1/4, not even 1/4, just slightly smaller, there's going to be a little space in the middle, which is even better. I think it is 1/4. I do like the Tombow glue when I'm doing this because I want to be able to wiggle it around. If I had used the other glue, it would not come up. Okay, so I'm going to glue this side down. A little bit more forgiveness with the Tombow glue. So again, the dimensions on the colored paper is 5 1/4 by 4. And then the designer series paper is smaller than that. It's 3 3/4 by 5. So you could butt the joints up against each other. I want to put a little piece of ribbon in there. I think we're going to stick with the theme of the matching colors. So I'm going to put the yellow ribbon in this one. And again, I don't, you know what? I'll stretch the ribbon across and then we'll do fancy bows later. So let me get some tape here. That's tricky because we have it in the corner. That's all right. Okay, and then if you wanted to put a little glue dot, oh, we have some dimensionals. You find a little glue dot here. I'm just going to put a little mini glue dot down here. And then another one up here. Just to hold that ribbon straight on the card. Okay. Nobody will ever know. So we have those ready up. More glue. Okay, so we have our panels pretty much ready. Now we just need to stamp out our sentiments. Let's see, do I want to use the same one? So this says, our friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things. Or a friend is someone who chooses you out of a whole world of people. And then you have these two little ones that say hello and for you. I think I'll stamp one of these with the sentiment we've already used, and then stamp the other one in the other sentiment. Oh, that's super light. I don't know if that's going to come up. All right, so let me show you another thing. I got over stamping right here. You know, it's hard to see because it's yellow. Right there. So I could stamp it again, which I am going to do, but before I do that, it's because of the way my stamp was manufactured. See all of that excess rubber on the edge there? I'm going to cut that off before I stamp again. So anytime you have excess rubber like that, you want to just trim it off so that we don't get over stamping. And that's from, one, the excess rubber. It's also, two, because the Stampin' Up! Ink pads are super spongy, so there's a lot of give. And three, because I push down too hard. So by trimming that off, that will help prevent that from happening again. So we're going to flip this over and do it again. Much better. Okay. And then this other one, I'm going to go to the other sentiment, which says, a friend is someone who chooses you. This one I'm just going to go down to the bottom of the strip here. And more over stamping. These little things are what differentiate you when you are becoming better in your stamping, is making little changes in your cards and fixing little mistakes like that. Especially some of you that are trying to make a business and sell these cards. Yeah, it's okay. I always say, you know, do the best you can and try to cover up your mistakes. But a mistake like that, if you can not make it, makes it even better. My letter A is not stamping out very well. I'm just not getting enough ink on it. Maybe I need to re-ink my ink pad. Try this again. There we go. I'm like giving up on this one here. I've got overstamping. I've got... Alright, throwing that one away. Not happy with it. We're going to try this one more time. And if it doesn't work, we're going to go back to the other sentiment. Perfect. There we go. And then I'm also going to grab the tiny little butterflies that are in this one and just stamp those with this one, just because the sentiment is so small. Over in this corner right here. Perfect. Okay, so for these little guys, I think I'm going to use pop dots on them. So let me grab my card bases. So we would glue those down like that, and then I think putting the dimensionals on here will make that stand out and look cute. And then I have this butterfly, which is a little larger, which would look great there. And do we have a smaller one? Okay. All right, so now that I know how I want to do it, I'm going to glue the panels down first. So again, just switching up the way that the paper is cut, putting a little bit of embellishment on there. Takes a few extra minutes, but I think it steps up the card a little bit. I really like this very vanilla thick cardstock. It's really nice cardstock for making a base of a card. Okay, and then on the back of these guys, we want to add our dimensionals. Right here. Or foam dots, whatever you got. The other thing we could have done is line these in yellow as well. Maybe we'll do that on the next ones. And if you guys don't follow, check out Dina Rico at The Creativity Cave and Alicia at Crazy Paper Chick, or Alicia at Stampin' Up. She is my upline, and our upline is Dina Rico. So if you are ever looking for some Stampin' Up ideas, those are the two ladies that I admire, that I learn from. Alicia also does a lot with Queen and Company. She does sewing. She makes, what are those things called? Koozies that go around like your drink holders and stuff. And same thing, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the middle of their bodies here. And this black and white paper is really pretty because you can color it in with markers, Copics, color pencils. Come on, glue. Okay, so we have these two done now. Just going to set those aside to let those butterflies dry. Okay, we are almost done. Coming down to the wire here. 3 cards to go. I think for the sake of time, I am not going to use the, what do you call it? the dies, the framelits. Now, the question is, do I want to cut this paper and use the stripe side? I think I do because I like the way that looks. But we're going to switch it up again. Instead of cutting it, we're going to cut it like this. So that one I did at 3 3/4, so just a tiny sliver. Now I don't know if I like that. Now I don't like it, so I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to fix it. How am I going to fix it, you ask? I'm going to leave it that way. But our green is not the same color. We will use the orange or the Calypso Coral. Or what is it? No. Grapefruit Grove. Never mind my Calypso Coral. The Calypso Coral is a shade lighter than this. And I think it retired. Nope, it didn't. It's a shade. It's another shade. Okay. Stop talking and start crafting, Nance. I can't get the plastic off the ribbon. I don't see an edge. My gosh, it's like glued on there. It's crafter's proof. All right. I'm going to leave it like that, and we're going to do the ribbon again, and we're going to do a bow this time. Generally, when you do swaps, you're supposed to make your swaps all the same. Clearly not my plan today. I like the stripe, but I think it's too plain on this with the butterflies. So we're just going to space it apart like that. Make it look like we did it on purpose. We're going to wrap our ribbon around, tape it, and then we're going to do a bow. All right, now for the bow. Again, I do not sell these. My friend Kim, her husband, made these for us. Kim will be one of my friends joining me this weekend for the swaps. Kim and I actually met because we were both Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And then we both dropped out, and then I joined back in, so now when she needs anything, she knows I'm just a phone call away. All right, this might be a little bigger than I want it. Let's see. Still cute. Okay, let's see here. We can work with this, right? All right, so let's get our Grapefruit Grove. Stamp out our sentiment. I'll go back to the other sentiment that I like. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up a notch. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna fit. Oh, it's too big. Never mind. I was going to use the Life is Grand stamp set, but they're too big for the strips of paper. Okay. We'll go back to these guys. It was crooked. It's driving me nuts. Okay, now I think it's straight. There we go. And we'll grab the little butterfly and do that one. Oops. And I'm going to do the dimensionals again. I just did them on the edge so that I can keep the ribbon in the middle there, and I'm just going to put a little glue dot down behind the ribbon right here. This was supposed to be a quick video on making swaps. I'm sorry. I got a little too into it. All right, that looks super cute. Yes, I like it. Okay. Ah, forgot to put my bow on him. We're going to cheat with the bow. I'm going to cut the little tails off here at an angle. I know, you guys are screaming at me through the computer. Where's the bow? I heard you. All right, just put a little glue dot on there. Trying to see which side is prettier. There we go. Now we have our bow. Okay. 2 more to go. Ooh, that's kind of funky. I like that. That one I am going to use the back side. I like that checkered. So, how much do we cut off is the question. I think I'm going to do, yeah, we'll do 2 inches. Okay. 2 inches. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to just put this side down. Over here. Put this side down, checkered side up. Over here. I really like that. That's cool. I like that print. There's another little butterfly in here. Let me get him out. Might as well keep going with the ribbon. Actually, I'll show you guys another trick you can do with ribbon. Hold on here. I'm going to cut this to the right length. Now I'm only going to tape down one side, so I'm just going to tape down the top. Now I'm just going to grab another piece of ribbon, long enough to tie a knot, and I'm going to tie a knot over my ribbon. I'm going to slide it up to where I think I'm going to want it, right about there, and double knot it. You could make it a bow if you want to, but I am just going to double knot it. Now I'm going to attach the bottom of my ribbon to the card base. Now I'm going to slide this up or down where I think I'm going to want it. And probably put a blue dot down under the middle there again. And now it looks like we tied that on with the ribbon and we did it. And I'm just going to cut little wings. Cute. And then for this one, did I already use? I already used my blue butterflies. That's okay. Oh, this one will look cute over here. Okay. So again with the Pop Dots, I keep calling them Pop Dots, dimensionals. Okay, and do we have time for one more? Oh, we can quickly throw together one more. We will make this one simple. We'll make it pretty basic like the first one. Got our card base. Except for this one, I will remember to put the ribbon on it before I glue it down. So let's glue this down. Then we'll do our ribbon. is crooked. That's what I get for rushing. All right, there we go. Ooh, very nice. First time. First time on the last card. I'm trying to hurry, guys, because this video is getting way too long. But if you stayed with me this whole time, I appreciate it. Thank you. And if you like this video, if you give me a thumbs up, that would be cool. And if you didn't like this video, I don't care. Don't watch it. And if you didn't like this video, why did you stay this whole time and watch it? Okay, so we can't forget that we have inner sentiments to go with this. So the one that says our friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things we need to stamp on the inside. So I'm going to leave this butterfly and it's a million things, and we're going to quickly stamp the insides here. And if I mess it up, thank goodness I didn't. I have those extra little squares somewhere that I had cut out. We can just always stamp it again with that. Ta-da! All right, so I'm not going to keep you guys on while I do the insides, but I will show you the cards again. So we have this one, which is the coral one, which is the last one. And here is the first one we did, which is the purple one. Okay. And then we have this one, which I'm going to call the green one because it has the green outer edge. We have the blue with the checkered. And then we have the two diagonal yellow ones. Okay. So if you guys were paying attention, I said I needed 5 cards. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. That means I have an extra card. So comment down below which card you like the best, and someone is going to get this card sent to them. And again, we have the, we're going to call this one the orange one, the purple one, the green one, the blue one, and then we have the 2 yellow ones. And yes, I will mail it out to an international winner as well, because I do have international stamps. So it doesn't matter where you're at. Like this video, comment down below which one was your favorite, and someone will get one of these cards. Thanks for watching again, guys. If you have any questions about any of the products I use, I will put them in the link down below. As always, Thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.